So we're moving into a lot of the interior ideas and build out. Haven't said it in a while, so nothing has been given to me. Again, this is spent all my own money, and these are just my personal preferences when I do builds. And yeah, I'm an open book. Like I say, I love to hear ideas. If someone's got something better than what I'm doing, man, give me a shout out. Throw a comment in there and let me know. I honestly, best thing is to learn and see and understand new things. So, and that's really what I'm trying to get out there with these posts. So these fights of what's going on in the build. So this was mentioned in a previous vid a little bit, so we'll get to that. That's again, I could say MOLLE, M-O-L-L-E panels. These are the ones that are actually rated on the outside of the Jeep. On the window is an aluminum, decorative, ornamental, whatever piece. So it looks kind of the same. It's just not as thick, and if I know we touched on them, we may not have showed those installed. So we'll go do some exterior shots vids on another one. So the panel by MFC Off-Road, again, a MOLLE panel. These are my RCA junction boxes. So we're going to have 4 runs coming from the head unit, fronts, rear, center, and our sub. So these, similar to Cockbox, these are by Illest audio. Is that what they say? Illest Audio Sounds, yeah, kind of a little confusing name there. But the quality's good. I haven't used them in a build before, but I could not get a hold of the Cockboxes. Again, this build has been scavenging darn near the world to get some of the components that I'm used to. So thanks, COVID. Yeah, good boxes, metal. And again, the idea here, again, they're just mocked up on here. Maybe up there with some, I might drill them through it, but that 3M adhesive, double-sided tape that actually comes with the decorative ones of these for the outside. You darn near destroy the the panel getting it off and stuff. So sticks so good. So I was up in the air about that. There are some holes that are covered up by the tape, of course, but a little up in the air on that. But as I was mocking this up though, this is the, for say, the back seat is here, kind of becoming probably somewhere like that, because this is your seat belt that would, go over you. Just another little mount panel, SRS for the airbag alert. So, and this is your rear cargo window, and a rear cargo pillar, which from the factory had a 3.5 inch, I suppose it'd be the mid, just a piece of garbage, behind this grill cover. And I thought about mounting some of the a set of the mids and tweeter from the Kappa components in there. It would have been just fine. Nothing wrong with that. Wasn't unhappy with that. But as the build, began to come together and form the vision, I didn't want to do that. And so I ended up finding these Infinity Kappa 4x6s. Unique. You won't see this very often. You know, your typical 4x6 is a two-way, you know, single speaker. And these 4x6s, you know, again, basic same footprint. Two separate components, you know, basically a woofer and a tweeter. So they are actual components. So it fits very good with this build, as all the speakers like that are components. So, and it hosts the same feature that you know, tweeter decibel level, plus minus 3, that the other you know, 6.5 and 6x9 components with the separate crossovers that we had in an earlier post. You can find that if you're interested. So these, then I just wanted to show the kind of the difference for those that don't really know. We're going to mount in the rear pillar. Before we get to that, we'll just get a little shot, and we'll get rid of this box of the Kappa 4x6. 180 watt max. They run 65 each, I believe. 60. So, you know, that's pounding, man. You know, these are gonna run off of the channels on the X5. So yeah, that's that on the box. I got the panel up here. Dismantle some of this other stuff. We had a kind of a catastrophic fall of 5-6 things in the last video, so you know, we'll just get the RCA portion out of the way and then come back and touch on the mounts of the Kappa. So bear with me here for a moment. I'm kind of surprised they'll stay up with the painter's tape, but they did good. Let's touch on the back of this first. That's what we've done. So, you know, I got this Amazon, you know, sound deadening by the roll, 50 feet or something. I mean, it's darn near a two-man job to lift the dang roll. Cheap. I don't quite remember what it was, but you know, we're throwing it on all the interior panels. You know, just nubbing it up. It doesn't take much, honestly, to you know, get one of these done. You know, it's probably a 45-minute panel here. And this is what was on there from the factory, you know, before we put this, you know, sound deadening on there. But the whole thing's covered. You know, that's the window. That's the where the speaker's gonna go, and then your seatbelt and stuff. You know, the thought on these is we're not gonna have our back seat in this build. You know, it's going to be a little modular, meaning, you know, the components will be able to come in and out with somewhat of ease. You know, if you did need to, it's a split back seat anyway, 60-40. The original plan was to have the 40, which is on the passenger side. So we have, you know, front passenger, rear passenger, and you know, behind the driver would have been some of the sub packages, perhaps maybe the amp racks. Still some questions on how this is all going to exactly go inside. There's a vision, but I want good access to the amps, and of course I want them to breathe extra good as well. So there's a lot of you know, thought process that goes into how it all comes together in the end. So these molded panels will mount, you know, somewhat, you know, on there. You know, they're not going to attach to this panel. The hardware will go through and then actually mount to the, you know, skin of the vehicle inside. because these are weight rated, I don't know, 75 pounds, whatnot, from the manufacturer MFC Off-Road. These are really nice panels. Honestly, they do a fantastic job there. It wasn't until recently that, you know, I was really thinking about the RCAs and the best route. And I'm going to probably, you know, out of the head unit, it's going to go to basically the glove box. Probably leaving the, you know, the box itself out and just using the cover, because I need all the room I can get to mount all this stuff. And so then that's where, you know, it'll meet the, you know, everything that, you know, needs to run to the back. And we're going to run it through, you know, the headliner up above that, I believe the RCAs. And then they would probably, you know, this is basically meeting the headliner, you know, come back down. And since we're not going to have that rear seat, feed out of here, so we'll have the 4 sets coming out. And then those will in turn, you know, meet with the 4 sets of RCA boxes. So just a quick little loop back out of exposure, and boom, 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 boom. So just a thought there. Again, nothing in stone, but if we can run them through the headliner, you know, otherwise they're going to run down the center of the vehicle on the floor and then come up, and you know, almost the same rule would apply, though. They'd come up and then still come out there. You know, it would just be from the floor rather than coming down as a drop. So it'd be coming up, but I still would use that as that. And you know, if it doesn't work out that way, you know, they can come out of here, or we just, you know, cut a new hole if we still want to have that back seat functioning with the seat belt. So real quick, because again, my 10-12 minutes isn't long. I'm just gonna hold this panel differently. So again, you know, these came with from the factory with this little snap-in, you know, grill cover, I suppose. And there's 1 3.5 behind there. These components, well, let's give me a little trouble there. There it goes. To some degree, you know, sit in there. And so down in the spare tire area and the cargo underneath the floor, you know, there's some panels that I won't be using, putting back in. And so we'll probably take some of those and, you know, cut them to fit. So, you know, it'll be covered, and then we'll just recut, you know, with our hole saw to get these to fit. So, I don't remember that being there. There we go. Let's see, because these should be up pretty much at the top covering. And then once it's mounted, you know, I'm kind of holding at a weird angle, but you know, they'll be in the black panel, you know, cover the rest. So, you know, not bad, and fairly easy, I believe, you know, to achieve that. So, all right, just a little tidbit there on what's happening for some of the interior part and the Kappas in the build. Appreciate it. Thanks.